When you hear old or historical photos, you think of black and white, but now you can see what they would look like if captured in color. Here we are today to amaze and uncover 40 vintage photos in color that are breathtaking. We'll go through the scariest to the most pleasant sights with these, and you'll surely not regret it. So without any further ado, let's get started. The picture features two beautiful sisters sitting in a garden circa 1911. They got captured while tying roses together. Their purple colored dress makes this picture very pleasing to the eye. This image was captured during World War I by American photographer Lewis Hine. The picture shows a little girl in the middle of military equipment, emphasizing how conflict affects everyday life. The first color images got created using the Autochrome technique in 1907 by the Lumiere brothers, forerunners of early cinema. The photos, which featured colorful still lifes, portraits, and landscapes, paved the way for the advancement of color photography. Eva and Heinz are shown in this picture standing at the shore of Lake Lucerne. German photographer Albert Renger-Patzak captured this image of Switzerland in 1927. The picture shows a young couple standing by a lake with mountains in the background. The serene beauty of the Swiss landscape got captured in this picture. This photograph of 1910 shows a duo of mother and daughter standing in front of a rustic house. This image got captured by a Swedish photographer. The picture shows a woman and daughter dressed in traditional attire, giving viewers a glimpse into the country's cultural heritage and way of life in the countryside. The following photo of 1907 depicts a young girl named Joan in a Red Riding Hood cape, carrying a basket with some flowers in her hand. The image captures the innocence and beauty of childhood in the early 20th century. The 1908 picture depicts the daughter of Janet Lang. She is seated in a garden surrounded by lush foliage and holding a brightly colored bunch of pink flowers. In the 1913 photograph, a woman, Elsa Paneth, got captured riding a camel. The picture shows Austrian author and philosopher Paneth riding a camel over the desert. The image perfectly depicts the spirit of exploration and adventure that defines the early 20th century. This picture shows a French soldier sitting on the roadside, April 1917. It portrays a French soldier eating while surrounded by the devastation caused by war, with a damaged library in the background. The photo was taken in 1913 featuring market stalls outside an Egyptian ruin 1913. It showcases a bustling market scene against the ancient ruins in Egypt. The picture perfectly conveys the vibrant energy of the market and the ongoing influence of the Egyptian civilization at the time. The following image shows kids having fun by the breakwater around 1908. The children are playing and having a good time by a breakwater, demonstrating the simple joys of childhood and the incredible beauty of nature. The upcoming photograph depicts the Civil Rights March in Washington in 1963. It is one of the biggest political gatherings for human rights in history, where Martin Luther King delivered his famous speech. The following image of a Josephine Baker in Paris in 1926. He was a French entertainer, member of the French Resistance, and civil rights advocate born in America. She was the first black woman to lead the role in a major motion picture in 1927 silent film Siren of the Tropics. The best thing about photographs is that it never changes, so now you will witness a few more timeless, alluring vintage photos in their colorized form. The gorgeous lady you see in this image is Jean Tierney in 1939. She's an American film and stage actress best known as the title character in the Laura movie. Her beauty and elegance complemented her brilliant acting performances, and she rose to prominence in her era. The photo of the migrant mother got taken during the Great Depression in 1936. It perfectly reflects the adversity and resilience of the time. The woman's worn face and the children huddled around her represent the struggle and hardship of the time. The photo of the flower street vendor got taken in Paris in 1914. It captures the charm and beauty of Parisian street life. The flower vendor's flowers bring a splash of color to the busy street scene, creating feelings of romanticism and the past. The Moulin Rouge in Paris, as seen in the 1914 photograph, reflects the enthusiasm and energy of the city's entertainment scene. The iconic windmill and neon lights of Cabaret capture the glamour and decadence of Paris's nightlife, a symbol of the city's joie de vivre. The following photo of air balloons in Paris, taken in 1914, perfectly portrays the whimsy and excitement of early flight. A sense of freedom and adventure got evoked as they get over the city skyline, symbolizing the enthusiasm and optimism of the early 20th century. Charlie Chaplin is depicted here in this 1918 photograph dressed as his famous tramp avatar. As a representation of the social criticism and satire of the time, Chaplin, with his toothbrush, mustache, and humorous clothes, personified the humor and tenacity of the working-class hero. In this 1908 photo, Mark Twain got captured lying down with a book in hand, seemingly absorbed in thinking or reading. The famous author is in a meditative and carefree stance, which reflects his love of literature. This photograph captures the hectic atmosphere of Paris in 1914, featuring the crowded outdoor market. The image portrays a bustling market with vendors and shoppers squeezing through narrow streets, creating a sense of energy and activity that characterizes the urban landscape of Paris. In this 1908 image, two young girls dressed in magnificent oriental costumes with flowing fabrics and elaborate headdresses. The ladies embrace the exotic and enigmatic appeal of a foreign culture in this shot, which captures a moment of playfulness and fantasy. The following photograph of Mostar, Bosnia Herzegovina, taken in 1913, depicts the iconic bridge spanning the Neretva River. The picture displays the region's beautiful architecture and emphasizes the historical importance of this significant bridge, which has come to represent Bosnia-Herzegovina. In this 1910 image, a woman and a young girl standing by a brook surrounded by lush greenery. This picture shows the peace and beauty of the natural world as it captures a quiet moment of reflection and connection with nature. This 1913 family portrait taken by Roanne, Belgium, captures a moment of unity and togetherness. A family gathered together, looking their best and posing for a picture to capture the memory of a special moment. The photo of Apan, a young samurai taken in 1912, displays the customary garb and martial arts instruction of the samurai culture in Japan. The picture depicts a time of order and respect, underscoring the rigid code of honor and defense that governed samurai society. Color adds life to a photograph, and if you admire the history and vintage photography, we got the perfect list of colorized photos. In this 1913 photo, Louis Lumiere's daughter is surrounded by her dolls, playing in a carefree and playful manner. The picture perfectly represents the simplicity and innocence of youth and the timeless joy of playing with toys and using one's imagination. The photo of the Lanchester 38 HP Tourer taken in 1913 showcases the elegance and sophistication of this luxury vehicle. The picture accentuates the car's modern styling and engineering, expressing the spirit of advancement and innovation in the early 20th century. The 1908 photograph of a young woman sitting on a bench holding a parasol shows a peaceful and joyful moment. This picture highlights the natural beauty and shows the girl enjoying a moment of solitude amidst a busy world and taking a break from the bustle of the outside world. The photo taken on the 1st of May 1913 in Galway, Ireland, shows three ladies standing in front of a thatched hut, emphasizing the traditional architecture of the era. The photograph gives viewers a glimpse of rural life and a sense of community and kinship with the earth. In the 1913 image, the Buddhist Lama got clicked while riding a horse near Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia. It provides an insight into the traditional religion and culture of the nation, as well as the crucial place horses play in Mongolian culture. This vintage photograph of 1914 depicts a crowded Paris metro station where people are waiting for trains. It emphasizes the city's then rapid urbanization and the escalating use of its underground transportation infrastructure. The 1925 image below portrays a family enjoying a peaceful time in nature while being at the lake. The family's dress and surroundings evoke nostalgia while offering insight into the fashion and activities of the era. The image shows the Palace of Horticulture from the Pan American Exposition in 1915. In the first decade of the 20th century, the ornate structure served as a showcase for horticulture and agriculture. The photograph of 1920 of Scotland's Highland Castle perfectly portrays the grandeur of the Scottish countryside. Scottish history and natural beauty were reflected in the castle, which perched between undulated hills and framed by an overcast sky. In 1925, St. Mark's Cathedral in Venice, Italy stood as a stunning example of Byzantine architecture. The cathedral's intricate mosaics and ornate gold leaf decorations continue to captivate visitors from around the world. The image documents the resilience of French soldiers as they dig through the debris of the demolished structure of Reims, France, during World War I in 1917. The distressing picture serves as a reminder of the terrible effects of war on both people and places. The picture of sadhus got captured in 1913 in Bombay, India. It captures the aesthetic holy men in their distinctive orange and white robes. Their otherworldly appearance and meditative expressions convey a sense of spiritual transcendence. The picture of stagecoaches in Ghent taken in 1912 offers a glimpse into the transportation of that period. The ornate carriages, horses, and drivers create a picturesque scene that reminds back of an earlier era. Lastly, the Autochrome of a French military cemetery taken in 1916 is a somber and haunting image. The rows of white crosses and the desolate landscape serve as a poignant reminder of the human cost of war and the sacrifices made by countless individuals. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Subscribe to the channel for more such content, and we'll see you next time.